this meeting to order. We welcome you to the LPUA meeting. We, as your representatives in the LPUA, welcome your involvement and encourage your participation. This meeting is a public hearing. If you wish to address the LPUA on any items on this agenda, please fill out the request form in the foyer on the computer provided. The electronic request to address the LPUA form must be filled out and submitted prior to the call of the agenda item, or you will not be given the opportunity to speak. If assistance is needed with submitting the request, staff is available for help. In the event a speaker has completed their comments prior to the expiration of their allotted 5 minutes, any remaining time shall be forfeited. If you have materials you wish to submit to the LPUA, please give those to the council clerk, Ms. Veronica L. Williams, seated to my left in the middle. In an effort to allow everyone the opportunity to be heard, a 5-minute rule will be in effect. Speakers shall refrain from debating, personal attacks, and from making confrontational or derogatory comments. I am requesting that the front row to my left be used for media only. Food and drinks are not allowed in the auditorium, and all cell phones and electronic devices shall be silenced from this point forward. I am also requesting that anyone who approaches the LPUA state their name and title for the official record. Meeting procedures are by resolution and not by Robert's Rules of Order. Documents including agendas, ordinances, and resolutions and minutes related to this and other meetings are posted online at www.lafayette.la.gov or referred to the web address at the top of the agenda. Chair announcements. I do not have any announcements. Any LPUA announcements? No? All right, moving right along to the Mayor President's report. Do you have anything, sir? Well, thank you anyway. Comments from the public and matters related to LUS. V, do we have any comments from the public? All right. Hold that thought. It's refreshing technology. Who does the technology around here? Well, I'll go ahead and read this. This portion of our meeting is an opportunity to make your voice heard before the LPUA, the administration, and the public. This is the time to speak about LUS topics that are not included on the agenda items. Please, we request that all matters regarding specific LUS employees be directed to the administration and that is not addressed in this public forum. We, as the LPUA, have a concern for privacy and protection of government employees. With that said, however, if your concern is not resolved in a satisfactory fashion, there are other avenues in which can be pursued, and we ask you to follow up with the council office. Confrontational statements and/or threats will not be tolerated. We ask that you conduct yourself in a civil manner and with the same courtesy you would expect of others. The 5-minute rule does apply. V, do we have any comments from the public?
Dr. Michael Walden.
Come on down. Give me 1 second. The mic is yours, sir.
I'm Dr. Michael Walden. I live in District 3 in Lafayette and on Seville Boulevard. Last week, I made my way through the main switchboard at LUS, and I finally was able to connect with the director's secretary, who connected me with someone who was able to email me quite expeditiously the LUS annual comprehensive engineering report, which most of us just call the engineer's report, the annual engineer's report. So that's the annual report for 2017 that usually it's published in April of each year. And I just wanted to first thank the staff at LUS for being prompt and taking care of my request. But I also wanted to ask that the engineering report be placed on the website. If the public didn't know that those reports exist, they would never know that they should look at it or read it. So the engineer's reports, if you haven't seen them, it's like a complete summary of what happened in the previous year and the status of all the systems that LUS operates: electric, water, sewage, So it's an important report. Early on, back in the 1950s, those reports were placed in the library, in the UL library. And so those are important historical documents now that tell us what happened early in the history of our city. These are going to be important documents in the future as people look at the history of the city, and I think they need to be placed in a public place, certainly available for the public to access them. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Will you please? Okay. All right, moving right along to resolutions. This is a public hearing and electronic sign-in is available for anyone wishing to address the LPUA. The 5-minute rule does apply. Jeremy, will you please read? Oh, hold up, Jeremy. All right, Jeremy, will you please read?
Resolution 5, 2018 LPUA, a resolution of the Lafayette Public Utilities Authority approving water and sewer services outside of the corporate limits of the City of Lafayette in accordance with Ordinance 30, 2015 LPUA 505 Huntley Avenue.
Motion by Conk, second by Cook. LPUA discussion? I see none. Public comment? Oh. Exit. I do see some. I stand corrected. Mr. Conk?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Huval, just a couple of quick points that we discussed prior to the meeting. These rates that will be charged are premium rates, correct?
Yeah, our out-of-city rates, right, which are more expensive than our in-city rates.
And then the other question I had was, in the notes, it says that they are exempt from the water meter installation fee, and that caught my attention that we are picking up that cost. Can you explain why we're doing that?
Yeah, our policy for years has been that when the developer installs all of the lines in place, that's a cost that we don't have to incur, and at the same time, we're going to be getting the benefit of the revenues off of that. So we don't charge the developer for the meter at that particular point. So if it turns out we were building the entire system, then we would charge for the meter. But since the entire system is being built at the cost of the developer, then we look at that as a wash.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Conk. And do I have any other comments? Nope. All right, do I have any comments from the public? All right, then let's go to a vote, please.
District 3? Yes. District 4?
Yes.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7? Yes. District 8?
Yes.
Motion is approved.
Moving on to introductory ordinances, I'm going to ask for a motion and a second from LPUA to introduce the ordinances 6 and 7 in globo. Moved by Cook, second by Lewis. Jeremy, will you please read?
Ordinance 9, 2018 LPUA, an ordinance of the Lafayette Public Utilities Authority amending the fiscal year 17-18 operations and maintenance budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government to make appropriations adjustments within the Utilities Department. Ordinance 10, 2018 LPUA, an ordinance of the Lafayette Public Utilities Authority providing for the abandonment of the 28-foot servitude of passage and utility servitude on the property of Ann Terrell and Janine and Martin Branch located in the 400 and 500 block of Slim Smith Road.
All right, any LPUA discussion? I see none. Do we have any public comments? All right, let's go to a vote, please.
District 4?
Yes.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7? Yes. District 8?
Yes.
District 3? Yes. Motion to introduce in globo is approved.
Thank you. All right, and coming up on the director's update, do we have anything from you, Mr. Huval?
Just real quickly, we just had a press conference to announce our offering of 10 gigabit per second products to residential customers. We're the first in the state to do so, one of the very few in the entire country that has that capability. And while that seems like an awfully fast speed for people to need today, at one time people thought that 10 megabits per second was a very fast speed. So, you know, the quality of the way we laid out the fiber system gives us the opportunity to do this sort of thing. When we laid it out in a complete fiber system to begin with, it gave us the room to be able to grow like this as technology continued to advance forward. So the value of that is that now any of our residential customers can call today and get that type of service from us if they want to. You know, many of them aren't going to want to at this particular point, but the key is that it's here today. And it's another, I think, really proud moment for Lafayette and the fiber system to be able to be at this particular position. And as time goes on, we'll be able to do even more and more down the road. So just want to make sure you guys are aware of it, and thanks for all your support.
We have something from Mr. Bruce Conk.
Terry, at the news conference, the price point was not mentioned. What is it?
Yeah, $295.95. We think is the cheapest in the country for that type of service.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So it's not the sort of thing that, you know, people are going to regularly go to unless they use it a lot. And what you see with our system is that we have people that have, you know, office buildings and they need to do work from home. And the way our internet is set up on our system, it allows them connectivity almost like they were in their own office to be able to make that access. And when you have those kind of speeds, you can really download a lot of material.
And compared to the rates we used to pay for T1?
Yes, that's right.
Significantly
That's right.
lower, yes.
There's a bargain there. That's right. T1 was like 3 megabits per second.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
1.5 megabits per second, excuse me. So 1.5 megabits per second compared to 10,000.
And you pay more.
And the price that we're charging for this is cheaper than what T1s were at that time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, and with that, this meeting is adjourned.